Welcome back to Affirmations. I want to thank my subscribers for returning, as well as new subscribers that I got. And also, thank you for those that are swinging through. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Help me to grow my YouTube channel, trying to get to 1,000. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay. How did your week go? I'm hoping well. And if not, what's one thing you can do, as we say, that will make it go better, right? For those of you that are new, we normally start off with our saying: Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Have you been feeding yourself fresh or rotten fruit? I'm hoping that it's fresh. I always want to mind the self talk that we do with ourselves, as well as what we speak, as well as what we speak about others. Again, as long as we're not being malicious or lying on others, we do not want to activate reap what you sow. Okay. Also, wishing everyone mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. Okay. For those of you that are new, each week we are tackling the topic of healing slave trauma. Okay. We use the DBT deck for clients and therapists, 101 mindful practices to manage distress, regulate emotions, and build better relationships. Okay. So we'll be using that this week. And also, too, in the past, we were using the self therapy card decks. We will possibly be going back to this deck. It looks like we're kind of making our way through this particular deck. So we're doing great. But yes, a lot of more topics that was in here. Okay. And we tended to pull a lot of the same cards. But this time, what I'm starting to do is pull out the ones that we've already done so we can get new cards. Okay. Also, too, we do not want to forget, we want to be able to get the book called Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome: America's Legacy of Enduring Injury and Healing by Dr. Joy DeGury. Again, we've heard of post traumatic stress disorder, but never post traumatic slave syndrome. Again, this particular diagnosis is specific to our people. It is not recognized in the DSM 5, okay, which is a tool that is used to diagnose clients when they are working with therapists as well as psychiatrists and doctors. Okay. But again, one of the things that's important is for us to be able to research ourselves and be able to have the intellect to create tools and different things that's specific to ourselves. Okay. All right. Let's see. And with that, for those of you that are new, each week we pull the stones, and then we see which one we're going to get to see which deck we're going to speak from. Okay, let's see what we're going to get. Okay, let's see what we're going to get. Okay, we got strength. Yeah, strength. When we think of strength, we think of physical strength, um, but mental strength, spiritual strength, emotional strength. What area of strength do you feel like you need to work on? Right? It takes all of them to survive, not only to survive but to thrive. Right? Okay. So let's see. So strength belongs to which one? That is the red deck. Okay. So let's see what we're getting for this one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let's see. Let's see which one we're getting. This one don't want to cooperate. Let's see. We'll go this way with it and see what happens. Okay, let's see if we can get one. There goes two. Okay, so from this, let's pick the one off the top, okay? Because a group of them fell. Let's put that back. Okay, what we got? We got fast, and we got the acronym FAST, the T in FAST meaning be truthful. Okay, let's see what it's talking about. Be truthful. Avoid lies and excuses and instead take responsibility for your choices. Being accountable to yourself and others. Think about the times in which dishonesty caused you trouble or kept you stuck. Alternatively, think about the relief that has come to you from truthfulness. Commit yourself to honesty. Now, this again is a complicated one. Again, we connect everything back to slavery. In order to survive, we had to learn the art of being very secretive, right? Because we were so controlled, and anything that where if it was something that we loved, it could be used, or anything that we enjoyed or loved, people, places, or things, it would be used as punishment. So again, because some of us today are still sometimes taking on the role of master, some of us are taking on the role of that of slave and slave catcher, as well as overseer. We've had to learn how to be cautious around each other. So it gets a little tricky. But we do have to remind ourselves that we are safe and that we do, even if we struggle with this for protection, we want to get to the point to where we are able to remove ourselves from toxic people where we have to be secretive to protect ourselves or because we're fearful. So that means that, are we going to have enough courage and strength? It's interesting that we talked about strength. Look at the connection, strength. Do you have the strength to remove yourself from people and situations that make you feel unsafe to where feel like you're having to be secretive, right? And even with that, with people that you're fearful of, how can you find your voice? How can you start being a little bit more truthful each day? And again, it takes practice. And a lot of times when we change, it literally, one person can change a whole household. Sometimes when we're starting to be truthful, it can ruin relationships as well, right? But as they say, the truth shall set you free. And you have to figure out, do you want to live a life like that? And also, too, when we have to live in that way, the mental distress it causes. And a lot of times it will manifest into physical health issues as well. Okay. So we want to think about that. Okay. We want to build slowly each day to start committing ourselves to more honesty. And sometimes somebody could have done something quite a bit, and you can be like, I noticed you do that. I want to get to the point to where, you don't do that, but instead, let's do it this way. So at least trying to have a voice or choosing not to participate in toxicity. So I noticed you do this. And you've been doing that for a while and I hadn't said anything. I'm uncomfortable. This is kind of what I'm hoping we can work towards, or if we can start doing this. So, in the future, when you do this, I'm actually going to practice kind of walking away. And then when you're ready to handle things in a more diplomatic, more calm manner, or where to be more truthful, come talk and then remove yourself. And I always tell people the art of discussion. When you've made your stance, you quickly move on. You don't stare people down and wait for them to say if they agree or not. It is, you've spoken and that's it. Okay. And then you follow through with on how you're going to respond. Okay. So that's a good one. Be truthful. Okay. So let's see what affirmation we're going to get. Come on, box. Let's get it. So I'm stuck in there. I don't want to come out. Okay. All right, let's see what we're going to get. I'm hoping you all are starting to enjoy the spring. Well, no, it's not spring. Look at me. Fall weather. Fall weather reminds me in the beginning kind of like spring. We'll start feeling good and cool. Still have those sunny days. Yeah. So hopefully you all are enjoying this cooler weather. Okay. All right, let's see what we're going to get. There we go. Let's see what we got. It says, my soul is infinite and divine. Interesting. Infinite and divine. Yeah, it's interesting. That it's been said and people have discussed that, this concept that spirit never dies. Okay. I think about the Bible scriptures is him saying, I've known you before the foundations of the earth. This kind of concept that your spirit has kind of always been with the Most High. Okay, so my soul is infinite and divine. Divine meaning sacred, meaning special. Okay, and again, connecting to slavery, we have not been. They say, since they say black people got soul. Very interesting. We got soul. Yeah, we got soul. Soul music, right? Soul food. Yeah. And we have been made to not feel divine or sacred or special, right? We're violated people. Okay. But I will say that through our art forms, through our food, as well as, our genius and things that we've created and developed and contributed to, um, society, we know deep down that we are divine, you know. Again, I talk about how our people, we're the parent race, right? All have sprang from us. And I also often sometimes joke and say, if we're the parent race, then the children have run amok, right? They have run amok. And in some of parent-child relationships, that's understandable, right? Children will defy parent, right? Question parent. Sometimes try to overtake parent, right? Disrespect parent, right? And so we do have to understand that about ourselves. We are divine, okay? All right. And with that, I want to thank you all for joining me. I want you all to have a great week. Check out the community tab, okay? Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let's get me to 1,000. I appreciate it. Information about how to support the channel is in the description box as well as on the About page. And again, we always want to remember that everyone has a right to heal from trauma, without interference, without judgment, without harassment, okay? And in privacy. And if it's true for the individual, then it is also true for a race nation, okay? And until next time, bye.